So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast here with Doug from Barings. We're going to ask him some questions today. I'm going to start. So what inspired the creation of the band, and what does the band name mean?
Oh, damn. Well, we met in college. We all were kind of in a music program at the time. And, well, me, Ryan, and Colin were. And then we decided we just wanted to play, I guess, just shows around, like parties and stuff around kind of the area at the time. And we ended up calling it Bearings, which is what the original drummer named the band. And then we'd already had stickers made. So even after he left, we just kind of had to roll with it because it cost like $80 for the stickers.
Oh my God.
So that, I mean, it probably wasn't that much. Maybe it was, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
high quality
the point
stickers.
the point is we had invested a small amount of money. So we're like, well, we got all these stickers. We have to use them now. So we just kept the name.
Well, I mean, what you guys could have done is just like Sharpied it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could have been like earrings. You just get rid of the B.
Yeah.
Oh, that would.
That.
Yeah.
not a
That
bad
would have
band
been
name.
something.
Or just rings. Maybe
Rings?
bear. I mean, there's,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You've got some options here.
Definitely options.
Yeah, there's some options.
Yeah.
So, congrats on your upcoming release, Hello, It's You. How do you feel the response to it so far to the people you've shown it to, since at the time of recording, it isn't out yet?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's mostly all just like my friends and stuff that I've shown it to, but they all like it. They're all cool with it. They're also all like the kind of dudes that, like some of them are one of the kind of guys that'd be listening to like Bad Religion or something, but
Oh.
they like it. They roll with it. And I think it's cool. I think people are going to like it. It's a record with a lot of kind of different types of songs, a big mishmash of different stuff. So I think it'll be cool. I think there's something in it for anyone, everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Definitely.
Gloria and I both got a chance to listen to it, and I when we were talking about it, I kind of called it like something similar to the new Stan Atlantic album that just dropped. Not like in the same vein, but that's just kind of what I compared it to when listening to it.
Yeah.
So
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a very good thing. It was a solid album.
Yeah, I think a couple songs on that Stan Atlantic record were also done with the same producer
okay.
that we worked
Oh.
with. So that might make sense.
Definitely.
Yeah, because you guys had like a SoundCloud-esque song, kind of like they did. So was that through the same producer, or was that just you guys like fucking around?
Oh, I don't think that was with the same producer. That SoundCloud song was super like just me messing around on FL Studio. There was obviously things added when we went into the studio and like worked on it professionally, but I demo now in FL Studio, and it's sort of like a funny. It's an interesting process. It's different than how I used to write. Well, the band used to write like all in a room together, but now that we all live so far apart, we kind of like do a lot of stuff just in, different programs and send each other stuff and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
Okay.
but yeah, no, that one was definitely just, I don't think they did that with the same dude, but,
That's fair.
I mean, it's a cool sound. It's fun to experiment with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So is there any meaning behind the album name or cover art?
Yeah, so the first track of the record is called Better Yesterday, and it has the title track in it. And I think when people hear the chorus of that song, then the cover art will tie in too, because I think the lyric is it's "Hello, it's you, little red dress. What's your name?" And so there's the girl on the cover has got the red dress and all that, but yeah, no, the cover art was sort of just like we just kind of gave that to Kay. We just showed her the record and was like, "Yo, come up with something cool for the cover," and she came up with that. So we're stoked on it. I think it's a cool cover. I think it represents the record well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure.
It pops out, and every time, if I didn't know the name of the album, like if it couldn't come to my head, I was just like the blue and red one, and Shane knew exactly which one I was talking about. So it
Yeah.
pops out. The colors are beautiful. I love it so much. It's so cool.
Yeah, it really pops.
Can you tell me about your writing process for this album?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, like I said before, it's a lot of just writing on my computer and messing around in FL Studio. But I mean, that kind of goes a few ways because, there was some stuff where like I would write the whole thing and show it to the guys, and they put their own little spin on it. And then, that would sort of be the song. Then there's other stuff where, like, Fitzy did most of the instrumentation for the last track on the record, and I just threw some vocals over top. And then there were songs like Sway, where Sway was actually also more of like a sort of in the same space as Dreams, sort of, where it was like very like a lot more like not real instruments, I guess. Like it was a very beachy. It was almost like more like SoundCloud. Yeah, SoundCloud. But I guess it's a track like that. We brought it in. We met up with Alan from Fourier, and he kind of was like, "What if we just made this a fucking banger?" And we were like, "Yeah, dude, let's do it."
Why not?
So yeah, we worked with him and pre-proing that song and kind of got it sounding pretty. It's definitely a pop punk song, that's for sure. It goes.
Oh yeah,
it bops.
It does, definitely.
So what song on this record took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
Damn, that's so tough. I guess the longest to write. I feel like none of them took that long to write.
Really?
I feel like when you write a song, if it's taking you too long, that's usually not a good sign. So sometimes it works out.
Let me broaden that question a bit then. Like, which one took from the writing process to like putting it together in the studio? Was there one that took longer than the rest?
I feel like tracks like Lovely Lovely, which weren't even intended to be on the record, definitely was one of those things. We had a week left in the studio, and we had scratched a few other songs, and we're just kind of looking at different ideas we could put on the record as that 10th song. And I played that one, but it was just an acoustic thing. It was supposed to just be an acoustic thing. And then, it was like, let's just add a little this and we'll add a little that. And then now it's like a full on, it sounds like a Beatles song now or something. But yeah, that one probably was the most like from beginning to end. Like we didn't know where it was going. Didn't know if it would even be on the record. I hadn't really shown the guys that song. And then with a week left, just kind of banged it out and got it sounding like a song, a real song.
A real song.
Okay.
And then your personal favorite?
My personal favorite song.
Yeah.
Damn, probably Lovely Lovely.
Taste, as it should be.
Yeah, that song's cool because I've wanted to write a song like that for so long. Like that song's been like wanting to do something like Beatles sort of Oasis-ish. It's definitely way more in the Beatles sort of space, but something like that. I've wanted to do that for a while, and so it was cool to do that. I also really like Transient Colors, because it's got those big soaring, that big soaring chorus, and it's super rocky, and it just feels fun. Feels like a song live that the lights can be going around, and it'll feel really big.
Yeah.
And also maybe because those aren't singles, so I haven't heard them a million times.
Yeah, that's fair.
The rest, it's like it's out there and people have heard it, and it's I kind of know what to expect, I guess. Whereas with those ones, it's like I'm still like awaiting to see what people think of them, and I'm so stoked on them. So I'm like, I listen to them and I'm like, I think people are gonna be stoked about this. I just hope people are.
I think people will be. Definitely,
yeah. All right, so can you tell me where your headspace was while creating this album?
I feel like it was kind of all over, and I think the record sort of reflects that in the sense, the first half of the record's a little different than the second half. It was also written over such a long time. I mean, like Dreams was written that I did that demo like probably about a year before we actually went in to make that record. Sway, sort of the same thing. I mean, it came to what it became, like what it came to be happened more recently in terms of going in to do the record. But I feel like some of those songs I was just having a good day, and some of those songs I was having a bad day, and I just wrote however I was feeling. And it can go either way. Some days are good days, some days are bad days, so yeah, and I think we tried to list the record to reflect that, like to try and make it work too, because it can feel a little all over the place. But we don't really like to just pick one thing and go with it. We kind of like to do a bunch of different things and see how they work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it was a bit all over the place, and I think the record reflects that. But I also think that's human, you know.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I mean, there's no denying that the record's like all over the place, but you guys did a great job of making it like flow and doesn't just feel like a clusterfuck when listening to it.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So is there a certain feeling that you want your listeners to have while listening to this record?
No, not in particular. I think however they receive it is what it was meant to be. You know, it's like that's why even sometimes when people ask, you know, what a certain song's about, I'm kind of like, you know, like whatever you want it to be about. You know, just because because even for myself, so much of it changes over time. You know, it's like I can write one song and it'll mean one thing to me when I sit down to write it, and then it mean another thing, you know, months later. So I just I think people can receive it how they like, and apply it to their lives the way they would like, and if they want to just enjoy it and vibe out, that's cool. And if they want to look into it deeper, they can do that too.
Okay, solid. So this one should go like super, super fast. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album in 3 words, as fast as you can.
Quick, creative, and dope.
Dope. I like dope.
Yeah,
There we
as
go.
it should be.
Yeah.
So what band or artist influences do you think you can hear the most on this record?
I think a lot of on certain songs, a lot of Third Eye Blind. I mean, we, especially that new Third Eye Blind record, which I think kind of slid below the radar. Last year is like, was it last year? Was it? Man, time is just, it doesn't make any sense to me anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that record they did pretty recently kind of slid below the radar, but it was so good. We were listening to it like nonstop, and we loved that record. And then, you know, some more classic influences like Oasis, the Beatles. You know, even looking at stuff like trying to do stuff that we think's cool. In terms of, you know, a dude I was listening to a lot was this artist Oliver Francis, who does like a lot of cool different, some of his stuff is, you know, a little more in the space of what Dreams became, not quite like that, but, you know, obviously we did our own thing with it, but stuff like that too, where we draw influence from that. And I'm trying to think what else we were really jamming, you know, a lot of indie stuff as well. 1975's cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people, I don't think there's a huge influence of that on the record, but I think in a sense a lot of bands right now are sort of, I think a lot of people right now are sort of, you know, getting invested in, you know, a lot of indie stuff. And being in Canada, we kind of have like our own indie scene. Bands like Tokyo Police Club and Colorado and bands like that are a huge influence. Those bands rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
A little bit all
solid.
over the map.
Yeah. So how did you guys go about picking your lead single for this album? Like, there must be some sort of pressure there to kind of make a good impression, because some people like go about listening to the album like, oh, well, if I didn't like the lead single, I probably won't like the album. So how'd you go about picking Sway?
I think it was, you know, it's funny because as the band, you have your favorites, and with a song like that, I really like that song, and it's creative and it's sort of cheeky, but it probably wouldn't have been the first song I looked at as a single.
Okay.
But, you know, obviously, you know, we sent it, our manager really liked it, the label really liked it, the other guys in the band were like, yeah, this probably makes a lot of sense to have as a single. I was like, yeah, it probably does make a lot of sense, because it is very in tune with like what I think our audience was really gonna like, and stuff like that. And it's probably the I don't want to say it's like the most energetic song, and maybe it is. I think there's quite a few energetic songs on the record, but it definitely has the most bounce to it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one that I think playing live we're not going to get sick of, because it's just a lot of fun. I don't know, singles are always such a funny thing. I don't even, because sometimes, you know, with our last record, like Eyes Closed wasn't a single, and that song performed the best out of the entire record.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's it's tough to. I never know. I never know what song should be a single. That's why I kind of leave it up to everybody else. Like, what's the best song?
Yeah, you leave it up to
And
the
everybody else
powers
kind of
that
figures
be.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The people that
exactly.
are paid to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wait. I have another thing. So you said "Sway" it didn't like catch your eye as a single. Which song would you have preferred to be the lead single then, if you had to choose?
I mean, I probably would have leaned towards. I really liked "Lovely Lovely," and maybe it shouldn't have been the lead single, but it was
Yeah.
a song that I was like, I really want people to hear this. I just wanted people to hear it. But that's me being the artist, being the musician, being like, yo, I just want people to hear this song that we haven't really we've never done anything like this before, so I want people to hear this. But they'll hear it when the record comes out. Maybe it's better that way. There's a little more anticipation.
Yeah,
I think
a
it
little
might be a
secret.
little bit better that way. I think a lot of people might have
Yeah.
been turned away if you guys just dropped like your kind of acoustic track as your
Yeah.
lead
Yeah.
single. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be like, who are these guys? Mumford and Sons? Get them out of here.
Why'd they do a stripped down record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys literally haven't even released this record yet at the time of recording. But what's the future looking like for you guys?
Exactly.
What are we planning? What can you tell us?
I mean, right now, it's interesting because you can't tour as a band, so
Yeah.
you're just sort of trying to. Even music videos were tough. I mean, even music videos, getting those done is tricky because you're not really like where we were. You're not even. It's back this way actually now where I'm living. You can't have anybody in your house that doesn't live there. So it makes. So when we did Sway, things had opened up a bit because rates went down. So we were able to have, I was able to have 10 people in the house that were considered a part of my
Like your circle? Yeah.
Yeah. So we were able to fortunately like get the band in there, get the, the director in there and do the video. But it's been weird. So the future's, I guess it all depends when touring starts again. I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? Until then, we just kind of gotta. I think we'll probably be doing. Hopefully, we'll do a couple of videos, during that time, which we've never really done before. We've never really like put out a record and then released music videos after the fact. But I think this time we're gonna do that, and a few of us stream on Twitch, just play video games and stuff, and we're probably going to do like a live concert, like one of those live, like not actually live, but
Live streamed.
like a live stream concert,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, hopefully though things can get back to normal sooner rather than later. Cause as much as a live stream concert's cool, it's not a show,
Yeah, you don't get
and,
the energy of the crowd.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Like it's fine for now, but obviously getting back to playing shows is the real exciting part.
Definitely. All right. So, where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
That's so crazy. I don't know. Hopefully
Yeah.
making lots of money. And I don't know. No, I don't know. It'd be nice if it's grown a lot in the last year or two, and people seem to be liking the music, and obviously we want to just keep playing shows. It's always just been a thing where we just want to play shows and have fun with it and make music, and we don't think about it too hard. We don't think too much about like how it's exactly like where we want to be with it all. We just kind of make the music, go out and tour on it, and hopefully people are into it. So it'd be nice if we could get to a point where we're making a little bit of money and we can tour a little more comfortably, and maybe something like a bandwagon or something instead of grinding it out in the van. But we'll see where she goes.
Yeah.
Definitely. I hope you guys get there. That'd be good.
Yeah. So for the last couple questions, I can shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Even bigger boom. It's a very hard question.
It is. I mean, I want to say this is bad too, because I don't make a habit of eating meat really. So I don't want to say this, but part of me just wants to say the Popeyes spicy chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Like with one of the biscuits, because it's so good. but part of me also is just like, just a nice home cooked meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You know,
Like a
I feel like I
homemade Popeye sandwich.
Yeah, no, I mean, my mom's vegan, so I'd have to.
Oh.
Maybe we could do like a vegan chicken sandwich that's
Yeah.
spicy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
Compromise.
a drink with that.
Yeah, with the Bering's hot sauce,
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
which
As you should.
which I haven't even had it yet. I'm sure it's good though. I just needed to plug it.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
plug it.
Well,
As you
where,
should,
where
as
can
you
you find
should.
it? Tell us where you
Yeah.
can find it. Plug
Where
it all
you
the
can
way.
find it.
Oh, on our Twitter. I don't actually know the website.
No, you're. Okay,
I don't
it's
know.
fine. It's fine.
It's like a half. It was like a half plug.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not
Find it
full plug.
yourself.
Yeah.
So I know it's
Exactly.
dark. I know it's dark matter hot sauces. So I'm sure on their website it's hanging around somewhere.
Definitely.
Okay.
Is
Cool.
the hot sauce your drink, or
Oh no, drinks got to be Pepsi.
Pepsi?
Is it a
All right.
Bearings Pepsi?
Yeah.
Are we plugging the Bearings Pepsi too?
Yeah, the Bering's Pepsi.
Definitely.
Yeah, not enough bands are doing colas these days.
No.
I
No.
agree.
You're starting the trend.
Yeah, exactly. We may
Mm-hmm.
have it might be a lawsuit when someone gets sick, but
Yeah.
hey,
Hey, power through it.
Exactly.
It's just
What's-
another
what's a
notice.
lawsuit?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Roll
Yeah.
with the punches. It's fine. It's fine.
Exactly.
So, if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh, Narnia, 100%.
Narnia? Taste.
Yeah, dude, that place rocks. There's always
Mhm.
snow, so
Mhm.
I'm sure you could play hockey whenever you feel like it. And
Definitely.
and now that they kicked that witch out, I feel like it's pretty chill.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's- so I
Yeah.
feel like that's the vibe, dude. Hang with Tumnus, my dude.
Exactly.
And you don't have to age. That's the beautiful thing about Narnia is like
Yeah, it's
you get to
beautiful.
go in, you come back, and you're still the same age.
Exactly.
Look at that.
Easy.
Yeah, you get to live a life. You get to go do your thing. If you die, well, actually, I don't know if that's how that works.
Yeah, I think you die. If you die
I think
there,
you
you
actually-
die. You actually
yeah.
die. So if you die, you die.
Yeah.
So you just
okay.
don't die. It's that simple.
Exactly. It's easy.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. I mean, I would go Lord of the Rings, but you don't really get to see what their vibe is like after the ring's destroyed.
Yeah.
Because who knows? There could just be another dude who rolls through with a new ring. Maybe there's another.
Exactly.
It's like it
Weren't
could
there,
still
like,
be a
3?
disaster over there. I
Yeah.
think there was more than that actually.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I watched those movies, but
Mm-hmm.
those dudes can walk. Those dudes love walking.
They do.
They just walk and walk.
So everywhere.
So much
They
walking.
just walk everywhere.
I
Yeah,
love,
those dudes love walking.
love that
Mhm.
walking thing. It's great.
Exactly. It's great. Have you
Yeah.
tried it? It's great.
No,
I love
I
it.
haven't.
I love it so
Yeah,
much.
dude. Frodo could hang with even the best speed walkers. He's going hard.
Exactly. Legend.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person we've spoken to have said it's the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Probably red,
Specific
Red.
shade
but
of red?
but also blue.
Ooh. Okay.
So the album cover.
You know?
Yeah, so the album cover.
Yeah, I guess the album cover. I feel like it goes back and forth. I feel like it's mostly red. I feel like red's the main one, but some days it's blue.
Okay. All right.
Solid
Yeah.
colors.
Solid. Yeah.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything you'd like to plug?
Just the Bering's Pepsi. You gotta grab that Bering's Pepsi.
Yeah.
You
That's
should.
it.
Yeah.
Bearings
That's
Pepsi,
it.
Bearings Hot Sauce. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Doug from Bearings, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.